It's time for our 3 cents on our featured topic of the day this morning. We're talking about advocating for freedom of expression.
Yeah, I mean, freedom of expression, indeed a human right, right? I mean, it allows us to share our opinions, our ideas, our religion. We can assemble, all recognized, of course, by the First Amendment in the U.S. Constitution.
But what happens when freedom of expression is challenged, especially right in your front yard? Do you stand or do you fall back in line?
So before we give you our 3 cents, we do want to show you a story of a woman in Ohio. She's taking a unique stand against cities for outdoor decor. So take a look.
Yeah, he gets dressed. I mean, he's not even naked.
She's talking about this nearly 10-foot tall werewolf statue named Phil. He stands in front of Mary Simmons' home.
He's kind of become our mascot.
Recently, the city of Piqua left this door hanger for Simmons. The notification calls the werewolf a seasonal decoration and asks Simmons to please take him down.
It pisses you off. It's like, really?
Since Phil has been labeled seasonal,
We decided, you know what? Let's make him seasonal for every holiday. He's 4th of July ready, Veterans Day or Flag Day.
she now has plans for holidays that are months away.
I'm trying to find like either a pilgrim outfit or stuffed turkey or something. Look like he's eating stuffed turkey.
Neighbors who live right across the street have their own opinions on Phil.
I think it's cool. It don't, like I said, it just don't bother me. I just think it's what the city is doing is wrong.
Can you tell me what you think of it?
I think it's ugly. I think it needs to come down. What is that hanging on him? The skeleton, so it's not seasonal.
Simmons doesn't care. She said it's her property.
If it were out here, I'd get it. But it's over there, out of control. So, I mean, it's my property and my thing.
If Phil was a danger, then she understands the city's concern.
Like if he was falling apart, his head was ready to fall off and hit somebody, I'd take him down.
But until then, she says Phil is staying.
Just let me have my werewolf. That's all I want. I'm not asking for a lot. Just let me have my werewolf.
I've been here for hours and cars keep coming up and down the road screaming, "Leave Phil, don't take him down." And Simmons is hoping with all of the community support that Phil and her property can be left alone.
Okay, well, Phil's going to be out there for a while until they figure it out with the city. So what do you guys think? Leave the werewolf up because it's her right to have it on her front lawn, or take it down because the city says, look, you're not adhering to the rules of the city. Looks like she's trying to adapt it and make it a seasonal decoration on her front lawn by changing it out each season. Right now, it looks like it's a 4th of July werewolf, a patriotic werewolf.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too thrilled if this was my neighborhood. I think I would be one of those that was voting to take it down. The one question I have for her is, why? Why do you want to leave a werewolf up in your front yard all year round?
I think it's because she just wants to have the ability and the right to do what she wants in her driveway.
Sounds like it's in spite of the city. She probably had plans to take it down maybe a little bit longer than Halloween, Christmas, and then the New Year, and then they're like, this needs to go. But once she got that notice, she thought, no way, this is not going anywhere. I mean, if I was a little kid in that neighborhood, I would be very scared.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the fangs, the teeth, and everything. I could imagine at dark when you're driving by there, your headlights flash on the werewolf a little bit. A 12-foot werewolf might be a little daunting to see.
Maybe it's a deterrent to people breaking into the home.
There you
right?
go.
Like, who's going to go to the werewolf
That's it.
home? What's inside if they have that out front?
They were thinking of getting a guard dog, and they just left Phil the werewolf out front.
Phil just needs Phil's barbecue.
Yeah, you know what? Phil looks like he could rip right through a tri-tip, right, with those fangs. But it does bring up the deeper, I guess, discussion of what can you do, what's not allowed on your own front property. Maybe it's not something as crazy as a werewolf, but what if you like certain flower pots or something, or you have a banner that says a political slogan, or maybe a city council member, or you leave lawn signs out. I mean, what is the greater discussion as to what you can control on your front lawn?
Yeah, I mean, the HOA too, whether or not you have that makes a big difference. But I think we all move into neighborhoods with the expectation of different things. We all have different expectations. I always hate when you see the one house that's so immaculate, and then the one right next to it looks like they haven't mowed the lawn in months on end.
Absolutely.
So It just, yeah, I don't know. Depends on the vibe of the neighborhood.
And here, this is why you pay a pretty penny for HOAs.
The HOA fees, right? And no, exactly. I think in terms of this specific situation, we might see this topic come up again in our newscast, only because this doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. And if people are really fighting against it, there might be some turmoil there.
Yeah, I mean, I went a few weeks. We had a vacation. We had a lot going on at our house, and I had the weeds growing up a little bit too much in front of my house.
You were that house I was just talking about.
that house for like a brief hot minute, and then I got a letter from the HOA saying you gotta, get on this. And it's like, sometimes people just are busy and they can't get around to doing all the. She probably waited a couple days after Halloween, or just maybe too long. She probably did want to take it down, but you can't go that long, I guess.
So should we do a little friendly wager? How long until somebody else removes the werewolf in the middle of the night?
I don't know. They have to have a pretty big truck bed for a 12-foot werewolf. And then where do you hide a 12-foot werewolf? Out of all the things to put on your front lawn.
I was gonna say take a chainsaw too, but I shouldn't give those
Well,
ideas.
that would create a really cool Halloween scene. Wait until Halloween.
Headless werewolf.
Yes, and just pieces all over the front lawn.
See, we could turn this into a really fun haunted house bit on Halloween
toilet
next
paper
year.
him. I think the neighbors should start dressing him up according to how their expression of
Dress
him
up
being in
Phil.
the yard.
Doesn't sound like Phil's going to be going anywhere for a while.
No, absolutely not.
We're not